Hi, I'm David King. I work for Scott Farming. We're from an organization called Hopewell Church. We're going to build these walls around this red iron building. Got an old church right there. It was built in 1820. They still use it. Now this part right here is a big 50 by 75 foot addition. It's on a concrete slab. It's got it's 12 foot at the eaves. So now we got these 2x6 walls we're going to build. And just basically they're not load bearing, but they still got to pass framing inspection. What's that, Clay? Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll cut you some in just a minute.
Damn it. I just don't like being on camera. I watched that. This thing, I ain't watched it in a long time.
Like that now.
Bond's over. Yeah.
This is the whole trick to this, how we doing this.
What do you want like though?
We're not nailing the bottom at all. See, this plate's already down.
September 9th, they are announcing the first 5 nominations for this year's CMA Awards. Steven will also be performing his hit single, Love Is Your Name. And Kelsey, if you're in New York and you want a free concert later in the day, she's going to be at Bryant Park for an acoustic show. So that would be something really cool if you're on concert. Go see Kelsey Ballerini. Yeah. And Casey Musgraves did something that was just precious the other day. She said, I think I brightened my day through the life of this little girl more than I might have brightened hers. But this little 3-year-old girl named Logan Todd is from Nashville.
This texting and driving is prohibited by law in Tennessee.
I see this is his top wall plate. He's got it lined up just the way it's going to the top. Now all he's got to do is squares marks over.
On this day 1 of September, we continue with the heat.
One thing you can be certain of on any kind of wall, whether it's load bearing or not, is the fire blocking, the draft stopping. See each one, in between each one of these studs right here, if a fire breaks out, well, it's just got a straight shot. If you ain't got a block in there to break it up, so say with a block, a draft stop, you might gain a few minutes. You know, anything that helps slow down a fire. Don't really have to be nailed in there that good or whatever. It's got to be a pretty good fit. 3 5/8. 4 3/4. All right, so I'm gonna go just a little bit past the 3/4 to allow for my blade curve. 2 3/4. All right. All right. What we're gonna do? We're gonna shear this wall. What we did was plumb this first piece to start. Using 2 3/8 nails, about over 4 inches apart. Pretty easy. So we got a piece stacked directly on top of these. It's 45 3/4. We're getting all these as we're going. So you see how they're doing it there?
Yeah.
One of them spots it for the other one. Just make sure the end fits real good. And ain't nothing to it. Studs are good and straight. Here's the 3 different size fasteners we're using. This is just a 3 1/4 inch nail for regular framing lumber. We're using that for all the tops of the walls and just everything that's not nailed in the treated. For that, we got these 3 1/4 inch nails that are designed not to be affected by that treated lumber. All right, and then for the plywood, the OSB, we're using these 2 3/8 ring shanks. And but it's a ring shank, but these right here's got like a little fluted shank. And you talking about holding, buddy? These nails right here really hold. You got some self-tapping screws screwing right up into that purlin. Ooh, hot. All right, what he's run into right here, he ran a plumb bob from this plate, and that plate was already here. These posts was already set. He ran a plumb bob from this plate all the way up. Well, he set a board up there. All right, we got to check, and this building's leaning 1.5 inches from top to bottom. So it ain't nothing we can do but go with their building. Now he's got something to go by. All right, here's what we got on the gable studs. All right, we had some concerns about the pitch being true, 512. But we checked a few of them, and it's exactly 512. So we used the gable stud calculator and came up with these measurements. The only thing about it, we got like 16s, 18s, 20s, 22s. We got to just watch it drop, so make sure we're not, as long as we're not cutting off over 2 foot, we know we're not cutting the wrong board. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, that plumb bob just wouldn't work. I don't care what they want. Is this wall to match up with this plate they already got. And the stupid seats they got attached to this girt. All we can do is take a straight edge and go from the bottom, let it touch that girt, and mark it at the top. That's all we can do.
That's it right there. You're right there on the line. Yep. Get on it.
So you just moved it to just barely touch that center. Now he's getting a mark at the top. And it's freaking hot. Now it's a simple matter of just popping a line from the top to the bottom. Let them know where the outside edge of that wall is going to be.
You hit it, Kevin. Hold on. I got it.
That's a good line. All right, so what they doing now? We'll see what they did to already put the soffit up there. It's really all in our way. So we just ripped the board down. We can get beside that rib and get a screw up through that soffit into that purlin, or a bolt rather. You must have had a fly tied for that one, huh?
Finally, flies right here, damn it.
Pretty good little throw there. You know, these studs are going pretty long. 22 footers in the center. Now these are 20s. That's a long stud. Help him out, Clay. Clay. Yes, he got it.
Down creek, my ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a post there so they got something to set their plywood on.
Back in here. As long as it's set down on there, yeah. Come on. All right, ready? Yard out there, dude.